I could put to record, and I put to record with subtitles in Portuguese. Let's see how that works later. Change something. Okay, so um, second, because if I don't see you guys, I feel like I'm talking alone, and it's weird. Okay, better now. So about the book, Clarissa Pinkola Estes is the girl, the woman that wrote the book, and I'm not sure if she's a psychologist or if she's a psychiatrist. The thing is, she was raised in the nature, and she was a woman with a lot of curiosity about nature, about life, nature. And she was, since very young, she spent her free time exploring nature, exploring the animals, learning with Mother Nature, like just being out. And when it was time for her to go to school, she went to a school about, as I say, I don't remember if it was psychologist or psychiatrist. And at some point, she understood that the way they were seeing the women's psyche, I think that's how somebody told us that's the right way to say. The thing is, when she saw how they were treating the psyche of women, they noticed they were not getting to the point. That they were just like in the superficial of it. The doctors were not going deep into really understanding about women's, about our mind, about our cycles, about who we deeply are, about our motivations, about our emotions. So, and she also had this desire and this curiosity about other people's, about traveling. I know she traveled a lot, and she always had like this curiosity about um cultures, so she in folklore. So every place that she traveled, she was asking about the fairy tales, about the stories, like the communities would share seed around the fire. And she understood that it had a lot of secrets hidden on those stories, on those old stories that has been passed by generations and generations and generations. And there is some stories that she even brings more than one. I think, for example, the chapter 10, which is about creativity, she brings the same story in two different ways to be telling. Probably because our culture changed and they adapted the story. So she brought those two so we can put it closer to our reality. It's very nice. It's one of my favorite chapters so far. And that's how she wrote the book. She brings a fairy tale, she brings a story that sometimes is creepy, sometimes it's nonsense, sometimes it's sad. There are stories that are very nice. There are stories that bring some warmth to our hearts, but there are some stories that are creepy. There are one story that a woman just killed their kids, but it's not their story only that matters in this book. It's everything that she brings up together with her, and all the knowledge that she has as a, Mari said, she's a psychoanalyst. So everything that she brings is she put together all the knowledge that she had from those stories, plus with her knowledge of being a psychoanalyst, and she put all together to clarify the feminine mind. And that's why the book it might be heavy to read, because it changes, it touches our soul, it touches our own feelings. So what happens is, every time, if you're not prepared, if you don't have support, every time you start to read a book, and then the ego starts to see, she's talking about something that I never look inside of me. What we do is, I don't understand. Because we don't even want to understand. You understand what I mean? Like, it feels like our mind, once it's time to start getting inside a place which is new, it just starts to shut up. Like to shut up. To not shut up exactly, but it's to shut down. Shut down. So that's why it's heavy. And also because she brings all those all her point of views as being a doctor. So it also gets a little bit tough. But it is a book that can bring a lot of understanding and support. For example, there is one chapter that she talks about. It's a chapter with a story of a woman that tried to fit inside to red shoes. It is a shoe that her feet did not fit on it, and she tried to fit on it. And it is a book that it's a story, it's a chapter that it works about ourselves trying to fit in a world we don't really belong. So besides the stories being like nonsense, when she brings it to our reality, and you start to feel those things, and you start to bring those understandings to your conscious mind and not only to your subconscious. The problem is, once you see the truth, once you see what you're not seeing, you have to make a movement. You know, when you don't know something, it's easier to keep going with your life as it's going. But once you know something new, once you know something is not in alignment with your life, you need to do a movement. And that's why reading this book gets tough. Because it will ask you to make moves in your life. It will make you to look to things that you probably didn't look before. But it is worth it. And that is another reason why I decided to make one meeting by month. Girls, you can speak, okay? Where I'm talking. You can cut me, you can make questions. Don't need to ask me. Just
Camila, I wanted to ask you, I haven't read the book fully. I always start and only read 3 chapters, 5 chapters, and I start again from the beginning. But I didn't know Clarice was a doctor. Is she a psychotherapist, psychiatrist, a medical doctor? What kind of doctor is she? Do you know?
Mary wrote here, she is a psychoanalyst and post-trauma specialist who was raised and now nearly vanished oral and ethical traditions.
That's amazing.
Very,
It's gonna be so great to read, like relating to my accent. If like she works with that basis, mentions anything, it's gonna be great. So thank
yeah,
you for holding this space for us. Thank you so much, Mana.
no
Thank you.
worries. It's been a dream for myself too. So that's why I decided to make one meet by month, because it's too much. If you just read, you know, we're not gonna get everything from the book. I also need time to study every chapter. We all need time to receive the information and then to let it settle, to integrate those things, and to make the movements, and to make the activities, and to literally live what we are learning. At the same time, I'm going to be reading a second chapter. the next chapter. You understand? It's too much to happen. So my plans are to keep one meeting by month. The book is 16 chapters, I think, plus the introduction, which one is one of my favorite parts, is the introduction. So it's a long time we're gonna be together, which is another thing beautiful because our bonds gonna settle. We're gonna be better. My man just woke up.
Mhm.
Hello. You wanna say hi? No. Do you wanna get my phone because mommy needs to keep going on this conversation? You're gonna be laid down there? Okay, perfect. Whatever
Camila,
works. What?
I had a question. So I don't know if I missed this in the beginning because I got there like 20 minutes late, but I was
What?
thinking that maybe like is there going to be like some kind of like questions that you send out or some kind of comments on each chapter that we read? Like will we be able to share like any questions that we have and maybe want to ask everybody else in the group? What does that
Yeah.
dynamic feel like?
Yes, just a second. I haven't talked about it before. I'm gonna talk about it now.
Take your
I
time.
just wanna
Yeah.
give the headphones for him because it will confuse my mind when
Yeah,
I'm talking.
mama.
A
Sin
second.
problema.
Oh, and guys, I just sent this website, um, and this website that I sent, it tells a little about the author. And it's very interesting. Apparently, she's crazy. I mean, she has a crazy life.
Ben, put the phone to charge here because the battery is about to die, and I need you to use it. Yeah. Please, I can pay attention. Please. Você quer outro que eu abri? Thank you. So, I cannot say about every month because I'm pretty sure things gonna happen um different each month. But my plan is we're gonna be reading the chapter. For example, for the first one, which is the introduction, I already have planned many activities we're gonna be doing during the month after we read the book. Ben, não passa, Ben. Get out of that because I can really concentrate. When I use this one. So then I will be bringing activities each month about what we read about, and then we're gonna be at the same time reading the next one. There is one thing. A second. Perfect. Now he can change the AirPods to the phone, so he won't be able to make noise. So yes, the idea is that we're gonna read the chapter. So from today to our next one, we're just gonna read the chapter. I will love and I will appreciate you as you're reading the chapter if you send in our WhatsApp group the highlights. You know, if you read something that really touched on you, send in the group. Why? I've been reading this book for too long. I've been listening to the podcast that friend, I think it was friend that told about it. And I noticed that we're gonna be doing different interpretations. And as you send the highlights, I will know what exactly we're gonna be working together as a group. You understand? Because each chapter for each one will bring something that really gonna touch us. And as you send the highlights, I know what's going on. You know, I know where to put the focus on. So that's it. That is one of the things that are really, really important. Right, Maria? You wanna say something for now?
Yeah, I would like to propose to create a group on Telegram because I feel like it could be saved all this stuff there. You know what I mean? All these links and like all the audios should be like kept safe forever.
Love
So
the idea. Thank you.
yeah.
Everyone has Telegram.
Who doesn't will install right now, please.
Tell Samara.
Samara, Samarinha, Samarita, install Telegram. I think she does have it.
Samara, you wanna say something because she raised her hands for us. Go.
Yes.
We don't listen to you.
Me eating my pizza. I do have Telegram. Hello, I do. I'm good. I got it. We're good.
Was a lovely idea, Maria, to have a Telegram because then everyone, as they come in, they will understand what's going on. That's good. Go, Anna, your turn.
Was by mistake, I'm sorry. But I don't have Telegram. I will need to install.
But it's not hard. If
Yeah.
anyone has any trouble with it, let us know.
I use another platform that is really good also. It's called Discord. I don't know if you know that one. But yeah, whatever.
I will
But it's
check
a
on.
good one also. Mm-hmm.
Another thing that we want to suggest is about having cacao for our ceremonies. I'll be preparing a video explaining how you can prepare your own cacao at home if you haven't done it before, if you have any questions about it. So I'll be preparing a video. And why? It makes so much sense, like cacao helps us to expand in our heart chakra. We're going to be dealing with our emotions, with our mind. Even though it's our mind, it is all connected. I feel like the book, it is a connection from our subconscious and our emotions. It makes a communication. And cacao helps us to expand our heart chakra. And it will help us to release and to surrender and to open ourselves. So it would be interesting if you have some cacao when it's time for the ceremony. It's not obligated, but it's just a suggestion. You want to speak a little bit about cacao, Maria?
No, I'm good. I think you said why we should, why it will be good for everyone to drink cacao while working with this book because I think it will help us a lot. It's gonna give us comfort, and I think we could have our own cup of cacao, like warm, while we're like here doing this. So I think it's a great idea. Thank you for reminding, Camila. I totally forgot about talking about that.
And we're gonna be sending a list
The links.
links
Yeah,
with
I can send you some links. Camila uses prophecy. I like to use a different cacao, and we're also gonna send some sold because they also sell it. So we'll be sending on the group.
any questions about cacao? Acho que I think somebody want to say something.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that. So I don't know if anybody's heard of Mame, but Prophecy Chocolate Wasi, which is his partner, and it's a company that Camila uses as well. Prophecy. They're thinking about releasing Mumbai with their cacao. So Mumbai with cacao. And Mumbai, I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a really good meditative medicine. You use it to farm, to study, all that kind of divine like contact and intellect. So when Wasi reveals it, like launches her cacao, she already has multiple times cacao. But when Prophecy releases their cacao with Mame, it could maybe be a good study tool. And that's what I'm looking for it for as a study tool because I do some courses now. And yeah, it's just a recommendation if you guys haven't tried it. She's in Vermont. And yeah, I love it. I use cacao every week and I use Prophecy chocolate. It's amazing. So there's Sedone. I know Camila Orange is too. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so far it's my favorite too, but I never bought Maria's like to have my own, you know. I already
Neither.
drank it with her, but I never prepared it myself, so I never had like a personal connection. I will try my next batch. I will buy
And you know
hers
what's
to try.
interesting about that one? I just don't know how to pronounce because it's like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I don't know if you guys like saw it, but it's like different and it's hard to pronounce it. But so these it's made by women only, and it's like it's really cute. It's like these farmers, they all live in this cacao farm in Guatemala. So it's like their cacao also travels like from Guatemala to here and goes over the lake at Atlitan. I don't know how to say it, but it's a very sacred in Guatemala. And I feel like so cacao comes from that area. It's like from Central America, and so I feel like there's also something special about that. And since they're made by women, I think it also called me that the fact that it's made by women. So yeah, that's the one I drank, but I also love prophecies.
Addie,
And
if
some
I can
so
if I can add, if you could share like the cacao that you honor, I would love to take a look into it on like Telegram, WhatsApp, this messenger, any platform. Just share what you use. I'd like to take a look at
yeah,
it.
definitely, I'm gonna send a link to you.
Um, I would love, and I think you would love as well, to buy a book for yourself. A notebook, it can be the size you want, just for having like next to your book as you read, so you can write your insights and you can bring it for us. Also, because you're gonna be having activities, so you can write the activities and you can work on your activities. A book just for this experience we're going through together. I promise you, it's going to be a complete and whole experience, because if you put yourself in it, if you give the attention that it deserves, it's impossible to not learn a lot about yourself. It is impossible to not learn different perspectives in life. It is impossible to go through reading this book without changing. So one suggestions that we have is definitely to have a book uh, just for it. Um, the other thing is, I will try to keep our meetings in 1 hour and a half, because otherwise it's going to be too much. People gonna live in the middle of it, and if you have a time, if you know you're gonna take from 7 p.m. to 8:30, you can prepare your week, you can prepare your day, you can prepare yourself. You know what to expect. So I will try to keep our meetings in 1 hour and a half. And for that happen, I will need everyone's collaboration for the next chapters. Today is more for talk, is more for hanging out, but for the next ones, my plans are to do summarize of the story that she brings in that chapter, because she always brings a story and then she discuss about the story. So I will do a summarize about the story, and then we're gonna talk about all the hidden things in the story. So my plan is I will be talking mostly with Maria Carolina, and then I will read your message in a second, Samara. Mostly because Maria Carolina is like helping me with this, so she's gonna be talking more with me, and I will ask everyone to be using more the chat. The things that are important we're gonna bring to the group conversations. If you really have something that you really wanna point up, then you raise your hands and we're gonna give you space for sure. And every time we have something to share, we're not gonna be open for everyone, because otherwise you're gonna be hours and hours and hours on the share part. So if you have like something that is interesting and we want to know more about your own experience about it, we're gonna open space for like, we're gonna open a space for 2 people that want to talk about it. You understand how it's the dynamic going to happen? Does it make sense for everybody? Does anyone have any different suggestion about it? Good. What chapter are this study and self-reading going to base on for a start? Just 1 or 2? 1 chapter per month, Samara. That is your question? Yeah, 1 chapter a month. But we're kind of gonna be doing 1 chapter and then next, basically, because you're gonna, like, now from today to our next one, we're gonna be reading the introduction. And then we're just gonna read and be talking in the chat about the highlights, about the things that we like the most, about things that touches us, things that we would now be working on us. So we're gonna be sending the highlights in the group. And then
Okay, thank you.
in the next month, we're gonna be doing the reading of the next chapter and doing the activities from the past one. Got it? What else? Yes, and the other thing is I wanted to keep the group open. So anytime you feel the call to invite a friend, please invite them. Because I have this feeling that some people will get attracted by the book, maybe for the 4th chapter. Maybe the person needs to start their self-healing at the 10th chapter. We never know. So the book will be open to people to join anytime. And you can invite people, and whatever you feel, they can come. What else, Maria? Are we forgetting anything? No? Okay, I think we can go for our meditation now.
Can I just ask one thing first, Camila?
Yeah.
Would you mind in whatever platform that you start for us, if it's here or WhatsApp or Telegram or otherwise, can you just text what you want to do with like the chapters, the studies, etc. With my short-term memory loss, I want to make sure I remember. So just text me,
Yes,
please.
yes. Good for it. Thank you for it. And it's
Thank
interesting
you.
to do it, because then if someone joins in the middle of it, they will be seeing. And
Yeah.
again, thank you, Maria Carolina, for the idea of using Telegram. I know it sucks because I don't really check my Telegram, but we can be in the WhatsApp group telling to check the gay girls going oh, I even forgot the name of the thing, going the neighbor app to check our activities. But it is what it is. And it also takes for me a lot of study. It takes me a lot of energy and a lot of even spiritual energy to hold this group, because it is a transformation of many, many women's. And if you are a little bit, and if you understand a little bit about spirituality, you know how much every time we do something good, how much the other side tries to stop us. So I won't be charging anything for this group. It is especially because it's the first time I'm doing it. But I would like to tell you all that I'm open to any donations. So in this group, until we go for the whole book, I won't be doing any charge. But for the other ones, after we finish it, I will be I'm thinking on charging some subscription. But for this one, that is the first group, I won't be charging anything, but I am open to donations, whatever you feel in your heart. And that's all. But it's not necessary, okay? Please don't ever stop to come to the group because of donations. That's completely not what matters. For me, what matters, what's more important in this group, it's also my learning about how to conduct it. I'm learning with it all, so I am already having a lot of an exchange. You all got it about it? Anyone feels uncomfortable about it, please text me. And that's it. Now I want to share with you all a meditation. If you open yourself to it, was very, very, very beautiful, because the first time I literally sat with the book for like studying it, and not just for reading for myself, but to study. As soon as I read two paragraphs. At the second paragraph, it just came a meditation through me. And I was like, I not even knew that was possible. I have guided meditation before, but like 101, when I'm doing theta healing therapy, when I'm doing like some counseling therapy, and then the meditations come, but I never came to me in advance. You know what I mean? It always came like during the therapy process, but never came before. And I was studying, and the meditation came, and I wrote it. And I would love to share with all now, if you feel to receive the meditation. Is everyone okay with it? You want?
Mila, I just wanted to say something before we start meditation.
Sure.
I just wanted to, it just came to me to say that, and I'm so excited to be here finally doing this. I have a really hard time reading lately. And I feel like this group can also be very supportive with whatever struggles we have during this book club. Like, if you're not understanding something, if you're having a hard time, don't pretend that you're understanding, that you're like, you got everything. It's very important to be vulnerable right now. It's part of reading this book is about like vulnerability too. And so just saying that I want to be able to reach out to you as you can reach out to me if you need anything. And even if you're thinking about like stopping, because that will happen. Our ego will be saying, hey, like, what's this book talking about? Just go do something else, something easier. So, like, when those thoughts come, just please say something in the group, and your guys will give you the right message. I'm saying that because I'm saying that to myself. I have a lot of resistance, self-sabotage, and so it's just a reminder, and I hope it resonates with some of you. Just that.
Maria saying that made me think about to say that I'm planning to bring all the dates in advance for the group for all our, at least this year, meetings. I will put in a list all the next dates. Do your best to keep the compromise with yourself. This time is for you. This time is for your self-development. And as I say in the beginning, like a couple minutes ago, that's also a spiritual process, because it brings transformation, inner transformation. So you're gonna see that it feels crazy how all the time they will try to book something for you exactly on the day of the group. And being present in the group, even though I'm going to be recording it, has a different energy because everyone's here is holding each other. We created like a container. You know, it's much easier if I just record it all by myself here in the computer without you being here. The way you're going to receive the message is completely different. So I will be sending you the days in advance so you can program yourself. Do the best with you. It's not a compromise you're doing with me. It's a compromise you're doing with yourself and with the group. We need everyone together on this. If we all go together, it will be much easier than going alone. So thank you again, Maria, to bring this point of view. Questions before I start the meditation? Any question?
Camila, in the next meeting, you'll be talking about introduction, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So for the next meeting, I'm planning the next meeting to be July 10. We only gonna be reading the intro. The only thing that we have to do is to read the introduction and to send in the group the highlights of the things that you like. You know, you're gonna read many phrases that gonna touch you, that you would snap your fingers to the book. So put in the group. And then we're gonna see how everyone reacts to those highlights. Any question?
Mila, is it too much to make comments on the highlights if we want? Do you think it's not necessary? Because it would be like, I don't know, a lot of information on the group, or is that okay? Like, what do you
I
think?
don't have this answer. I think we're gonna find out as a process.
Like something like I highlighted and I like had something really important to talk about that. So I just wanted to like send it and like, maybe someone will resonate and like it could be an experience of like.
Yes, I think you can talk. And if somehow it becomes overwhelming, we're gonna find out, and then we can change the dynamic during the process. Like one thing that is important about we're gonna learn about it, I think, is even introduction. A lot about feminine energy is our ability to go with the flow, is to learn with the process, is our adaptability. So we have to exercise those things. We have to exercise our intuitions, and just we don't need to have many rules here. It's about our learn, it's about our self-growth. Does it make sense? And if something become overwhelming, then we're gonna notice and we're gonna share. We're gonna change it. Any feedback you have, any comment, any suggestion, girls, please bring to us anytime.
Quick question. I don't know if you already said this. I'm sorry, but obviously we're going to keep on communicating throughout the chapters about like what we're thinking and etc. Right? That we're going to be like active on the groups and etc. That's okay.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you.
Another agreement that I forgot to say in the beginning, but Samara just reminded me to say that it is, don't be sorry about who you are. Don't be sorry about your questions. Don't be sorry about your feelings. Don't be sorry about shying. Actually, it's not don't be sorry. There's another word for it. Don't excuse yourself. I think there's a different word for it in English. Like just be you, you know? Okay, I'm gonna place the music on. And we're gonna start the meditation. Can you hear the music in the back? Can you hear a music in the back? Eu vou começar a meditação agora, filho. Agora é o momento que eu mais preciso de você vir quietinho. São 5 minutos. Pode ser? 5 minutes? E aí, esses 5 minutos já acabou. Tá bom? Pode. Por favor. Uhum. Just give me a second. I need him to calm down for I can start the meditation. Can you listen to music? No? Mm. Right, and how about now? No? Okay, let me try something different. I'm trying here.
Maybe put on your phone.
He's using the phone. I will try the iPad.
Do you want me to put on mine? Maybe. I'm gonna try the iPad. Okay.
Yeah, I will try. How about now? Can you hear? Right, listening now? It's just like to be in the back, not to be too loud. Mari says she's listening. Anna, you listening? Make some yes or no. No, I mean, not listening to music? Oh, for God's sake. It's not supposed to be.
Mana, a gente escuta, tipo assim, tudo cortado, entende? Então, tipo, não adianta. Talvez
Okay.
cada uma coloque a sua própria música, será não?
No, not necessarily because I'll be guiding. It was just because I wanted the music in the back,
Yeah.
but I can train for next ones. It's not really working.
Okay.
But I can send a link. Good idea. I'll send a link. Because then if you want, that is the music that I always like on back. I always use it in the back, my meditations. Not really necessary, but just in case you want. Okay, let's start then. First thing about meditating is do not fight against your thoughts. Anytime you need, just focus, just remember to be back to pay attention to either my voice, either your breath. That's how we meditate. We don't fight against our thoughts or against the noises we listen. We just bring the focus to what we want. In that case, it's my voice or your breath. First thing, you're gonna sit in a comfortable position, or you lay down as you want. Close your eyes, but keep just a line open so you can notice some light, and that will keep your mind aware. Put your tongue at the center of your mouth. Take a deep breath. I want you to bring to your mind the view of a beautiful beach. Imagine how is the perfect beach for you? How is the soil? How is the texture in your feet? How is the color of the ocean? How are the waves? Are they? It is a calm ocean. Is it a brave? Is agitated or calm? How is the ocean for you? Keep walking. Are you by yourself? Or there is someone with you? Now you get closer to the water. How is the temperature of this water? And then you decide that you want to swim. How is the feeling in your body of the water touching your skin? What thoughts, what feelings swimming at this water brings to you? As you are swimming, you look to the middle of the ocean and you notice there is an island there and that calls your attention. And you decide to swim into there. And then you get closer and closer to this island. And then you decide to get inside this island. And you start to walk around this island. How is this island for you? What do you see? What has in this island? Does it has trees? What type of plants do you see there? Keep walking. There is a lot of things, or it feels like an island that no one is ever there. You keep walking. And you see a woman there. How this woman looks like to you? How is her hair, her face? Is she sad? Is she happy? Anger? What emotion does she express on her face? Do you notice that she's there by herself? Or do you think she has company there? You ask her permission now to walk in this island because you notice that she is the one guarding it, protecting it. So you very gentle and humble. You ask her permission to walk in this island. How big looks like this island for you? How long do you think you would take to discover each corner of this island? Does it has a lot of noise? It is its silence. How are the feelings and emotions that walking in this island brings to you? After walking and recognizing a little bit more about this island, you return your attention to this woman that was there before you. You hold her hands. And you're going to introduce yourself to her. Give yourself a time to introduce yourself to her, even though she won't introduce herself to you. How would you introduce yourself to this woman in this island? Tell her now that you came from the 3D and you are there as a mission to recognize this space and to preserve this space. Probably barely visited before. Now I want you to ask her a question. Is there anything that she needs your help with? Is there anything that she needs you to know about her right now? Look to her again. Now deeply inside her eyes. And make an agreement with her that you will be back, even though it's uncomfortable, even though this is challenging. You will be back. You will come back to visit her. And then she can call you by your dreams. She can call you by small, simple details or signs in the universe. You're gonna know when she calls you. And you will return to see her. Now it's time to go back. You give her a very lovely hug, but you can also pay attention how she reacts to this touching. If she likes to be touched or not. And then you say goodbye to her and you start to swim back. And you get back to the ocean. to swim, or to fly, whatever is more convenient for you. Ask yourself how you're feeling after leaving her there. What are the feelings that it's bringing to you? And then you come back and you get closer to the beach again. And your feet can touch the ground again. And you feel stable. And you feel grounded. And you feel close to yourself. And as you breathe in and breathe out, you get back inside your body again. Do one more time, bringing the attention to your body, your physical body now. And you return to this space and time. Now in your time, you can open your eyes and stretch yourself. Welcome. Anyone want to share how was it? If anything notable about the meditation you want to
So
share?
relaxing, I slept.
Relaxing?
I slept a little bit, just a little bit.
It's good.
No, but for real, I have this caboclo that I see, like an indigenous warrior that I see sometimes, and I go to my sacred place. And I was able to see her, but then I saw like a dark haired, like energetic being that reminded me of Jurema. So I just saw like a lot of indigenous like strength with this meditation, but I was like zoning out. But it's bright lights, the airport, so I'm
Was she
good.
wild?
She was wild. She was like running around. I was like, calm down, let me see what you're doing.
Was
Like
she
Jurema.
wild? Like,
Yeah, I mean, wild woman. That's what came up. It was my sacred being, and then it turned into a wild woman. So it was what it was meant to be. So thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to see more of her if she comes.
she will come. She will call you. She's calling you so much that you hear.
Amazing.
She already called you.
That's why I'm here.
Who else want to share something? Okay, that was it. I suggest you to write. How was this meeting? Uh, the Iceland is our psyche, this place where we normally don't go often. And the woman, it is the wild woman that exists inside of you. Even though if she was using high heels, whatever, it's your wild woman. That's how she looks like. And I would love you to write about this experience, how you saw her, how she was, how was her face, if she was sad, if she was happy, how she was. Because in the future, we're going to be doing this meditation again and we're going to compare. Okay? Let's go sleep now. No questions? We're going to finish with nothing else? Okay.
I have something.
Okay.
Say a number 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Oof, 4.
Okay. Okay. Just get a oracle for you. I will send you.
Just for me or is for the group?
For everyone, I was meditating. I have 4 cards here. Maybe just it's a card about relief. So it means that we might end in hard time cycles to start something new.
Okay.
Pega uma
Thank
carta,
you, Mari.
pega uma carta pra mim.
I would do it in private.
Ok.
Eu também sou 3.
Girls, let's finish them. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate you all to be here. And let's go in our journey. We're gonna see on the July 10. And any feedback, I'm open. Thank you. And we're gonna see soon.
Thank you so much.
Fran, you wanna say something?
This was great. I can't wait for what's to come. I can't wait to grow with you guys. It's gonna be beautiful, magical. Thank you.
Thank you for trusting me. For yeah. Thank you for letting me guide this. I'm honored. Love you all. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Beijos. Good night.
I just gotta see how. Bro, I just gotta see how weird it is to be back in Lowell, driving, not living. You grow accustomed to a place for such a long time, and then the place falls out. So it's standing around and whatever's going on. It's just like, damn, like I lived here for almost 2 years. Like I give myself, I guess, a sense of growth, because like you make a place that, at first gave you, I guess, a sense of anxiety just because like you've heard bad things about it, but then you make that place like your home for like 2 years. You live with the person, that you love, that you would hope to grow your future with, you make that your home for 2 years, and now you're not in the same city. It's tough to look at that city that you lived in for 2 years any different.